Hello everyone, welcome to Pabbly. So in this video we are going to learn how to automate appointment bookings for salons and spas. So I run a salon and want my client to book appointment, get confirmation and check availability automatically via WhatsApp. So for that I am going to build a WhatsApp chatbot using Pabbly Chatflow, and this chatbot is going to respond to your customer even when you are busy or unavailable. So in this video firstly we are going to create a WhatsApp chatbot using Pabbly Chatflow. Now if a user will send a message, an automatic reply will be sent to them. So if you also want to enhance your customer's experience, then let's dive into my screen for creating your own WhatsApp chatbot. Welcome to my screen. So in this video we are going to learn how to automate appointment booking for salons and spas, and we are going to do this by just using Pabbly Chatflow. So right before you on my screen you can see this is the flow I have created for creating my chatbot, and now I am going to show you how you can create your own WhatsApp chatbot by using Pabbly Chatflow. And not only this, this chatbot is going to save the responses provided by customers into the Google Sheet, and we are going to do that by using Pabbly Connect. But before building this automation, I am going to show you the real working demo of this automation. For that, let's move on to my WhatsApp with me. So here you can see I have already opened my WhatsApp, and now I am going to send a message to the number which I have already connected to my Pabbly Chatflow account. And here this number is saved as my test number. So here I am going to send a message to this number, that is book appointment for me. So here I have entered this message. Now I am going to send this message over here, and here I am getting a message that is, hi, welcome to Glamour Salon, I am your glamour bot, how can I assist you today? And here we are getting two buttons, that is book appointment and service menu. Now let's select our first button, that is book appointment over here. And here as I've selected my first button, I am getting a message which is asking me to enter my full name. So now let's enter our full name over here as demo user. So here I am going to provide my name to this chatbot, and here it is asking me to select the date. So now let's enter our date over here. So here I am going to enter my date, and as I have entered the date I am getting a message which is asking me to select the time. So I am going to enter my timing over here. So here I am going to enter my timing also, and as I have entered my timing I am getting a message which is asking me to enter the service which I want. So now let's enter our service over here. So I am going to enter my service over here, and after entering my service I am getting a message which says your appointment is confirmed for this date and the time for haircut, thank you. So here you can see we are getting a personalized message, means we are getting the same date and the time which we have recently provided and the same service which we have recently entered to this chatbot. So here you can see our first button is working properly. Now let's select our second button, that is service menu, and as I have selected my second button, that is service menu, I am getting a message which consists of the list. So now let's open this list over here and see the services offered, and here you can see I am getting some of the services. So now let's select our first service, that is haircut. So I am going to select it, and afterwards I am getting a message which consists of the image of the haircut, and here I am getting a button that is book appointment. So here you can see our chatbot is working properly, and now let's move on to my Google Sheet and check whether is this the data saved over there or not. So for that let's move on to my Google Sheet with me, and here on my Google Sheet you can see I am getting the name which I have recently entered to my chatbot, that is demo user, the date which I have recently provided, the timing and the service, which means our chatbot is working properly. Now I am going to show you how you can create your own WhatsApp chatbot like this. For that you just have to access Pabbly Chatflow. Now for accessing the Pabbly Chatflow you just have to type its URL over the new tab, that is pabbly.com/chatflow, and once you will enter the URL you will be getting the landing page of Pabbly. And here you can see I am on the landing page of Pabbly, and here we are getting two options, that is sign in and sign up free. So if you are a new user you can simply click over this sign up free, but if you are an existing user you can simply click over this sign in. But before moving on forward I am going to tell you about Pabbly community. So this is the page of Pabbly community where automation users, marketers and business owners gathers to share their ideas, ask questions and get relevant update regarding using the Pabbly applications. So you can also join Pabbly community now and grow your business with us. And if you wish to join the Pabbly community you can find link in the description given below. Now let's move on to the Pabbly Chatflow again, and here I am going to simply click over this sign in as I already have an account on Pabbly Chatflow. And as you finish your sign up, you will be getting this all Pabbly apps page, and here you can see these are the products provided by Pabbly. And as we are going to create a chatbot, we just have to access this Pabbly Chatflow app by clicking on this access now button. And as you will click on access now, you will be getting the dashboard page of Pabbly Chatflow. And once you sign up your account for free over the Pabbly Chatflow, you get 100 free credits every month for practicing this chat flow. And here on the dashboard page, you can see these are the numbers I have connected to my account. So you can also add your WhatsApp number by just clicking on this add WhatsApp number button. And on this add WhatsApp number button, you can see we are getting two options, that is WhatsApp connect and manual token connect. So if you want to integrate your WhatsApp number, you can simply click over this WhatsApp connect, and if you want to connect with token number, you can simply click over this manual token connect. Now moving on to the sidebar, you can see these are the features provided by Pabbly Chatflow, and if you wish to learn more about these features, you can find link in the description given below. And if you wish to create your own folder, you can simply click over this create a new folder button and your folder will be created. And as we are going to create a chatbot, we just have to access flows. So for that, you simply have to click over this flows given on the sidebar. And as you will click on flows, you will be getting this flow builder page, and here you can see these are the flows I have created in my account. And now I am going to show you the process of how you can create your own chatbot from scratch by creating a flow. So for that, you simply have to click over this add flow button, and as you will click on add flow button, you will be getting the flow page. And here you can see we are getting the option for entering the flow name. So now let's provide a name to a flow here. So here I am providing it the name automate appointment bookings for salons and spas. And now moving on further, we are getting the option for trigger. So now you might be thinking, what is this trigger? So trigger is basically the word which is going to initiate your workflow. Now on this trigger event, you can see we are getting many options such as keyword rejects match, user start conversation, template selected, WhatsApp template delivered, contact added to contact list, custom field updated, and tag assigned. But here I am going to keep it as the same, that is keyword rejects match. Now you might be thinking, what is this keyword and rejects? So keywords are the words that are going to initiate your chat. Now let's say I want to initiate my workflow as soon someone types book appointment. So for that, I am going to make this text, that is book appointment, as a keyword. So for that, you just have to type the text and press the enter key, and here our one keyword is ready. Now as soon as someone will type this word over the WhatsApp, my chatbot is going to start, and here our one keyword is ready. Now moving on further, we are getting the option for rejects. So rejects is basically the short form for the regular expressions. These are used for the specific user input. But if you want to trigger any message, you can enter rejects like this. Now I am going to send a welcome message for my customer. So for that, you simply have to drag and drop, and here you can see we are getting many options such as text button, media, list, single product message, multi-product message, single AI message, and template. So here I am going to just click over this text button for getting the text button message, and here you can enter the message which you want to send to your customer. So now let's enter our welcome message over here. So here you can see I have entered this message, and I have entered this sentence, that is welcome to Glamour Salon, between these asterisk signs to make it bold. Now I am going to add some buttons to this message. So for that, you simply have to click over this add button, and you will be getting the dialog box where you have to enter the text of your first button. So now let's create our first button, that is book appointment. So here I have created my first button, that is book appointment. Now I am going to create one more button. So for that, you simply have to click over this add button and enter the text of your another button. So here I have created even my second button, that is service menu. Now if someone clicks over this first button, that is book appointment, I am going to ask some questions from my customer. So for that, you simply have to go to actions, and here you can see we are getting the option for ask question. So just select it, and you will be getting this question action, and here you can enter the question which you want to ask from your customer. Now let's firstly connect this book appointment button with this question note. Now here you can enter the question which you want to ask from your customer. Now here I am going to enter a question asking for the full name. So now let's enter our question over here. So in this question action, I have entered a question asking for the full name. Now I am going to select the contact custom fields. So here you can see these are the contact custom fields I have created. You can also create your own contact custom fields. For that, you simply have to go to settings, and here you can see we are getting the option for contact custom fields. So just select it and create your own fields. Now I am going to select the contact custom field as full name over here, and the format I am going to select is any. Now if the user answers this question, I am going to ask them another question. So again, you have to click over this ask question, and here again I am getting this question action. Now here I am going to enter a question asking for the preferred date. So now let's firstly connect these both question notes with each other, and here I am going to enter my question. So here I have entered the question, that is please select date, and here I am going to select the contact custom field as date, and the format I am going to select is date. And once you will select the format as date, you will be getting the option for entering the number. So here you have to enter the number of attempt you want to provide write to your customer, you can also enter the validation message. Now if my customer answers this question also, I am again going to ask them another question regarding the preferred time. So again you have to click over this ask question. So in this question action, I have entered a question asking for the preferred time. Now I am going to select the contact custom field as time over here, and the format I am going to select is any. Now if the user answers this question also, again I am going to ask them last question, that is the service they want. So again you have to click over this ask question action and you will be getting the question action. And here I am going to enter my question asking for the service which my customer wants. So here I have entered this question. Now I am going to select the contact custom field as services over here, and the format I am going to select is any. So once my customer provide me these details, I want to save these details over the Google Sheet. So for that I am going to use this API request which is going to integrate our Pabbly Chatflow and Pabbly Connect. So on this API request, it is asking me to paste the webhook URLs. So for getting the webhook URL, we just have to go to Pabbly Connect. Now you might be remember I have told you about the all Pabbly apps page. So here you can see we are getting this page, and on this page you can see we are getting the option for Pabbly Connect. So you just have to click over this access now for accessing the Pabbly Connect, which can integrate different applications. And here you can see we are getting the dashboard page of Pabbly Chatflow, and here you can see these are the folders I have created, and now I am going to use this folder, that is Pabbly Chatflow. So just select it, and here you can see we are getting the option for create workflow. So here I am going to create a workflow which is going to integrate Pabbly Chatflow and the Google Sheet. So let's select it, and once you will click over this create workflow button, you will be getting the option for selecting the workflow builder. So here you can see we are getting this new workflow builder beta, which is modern, faster and more flexible, and another workflow builder we are getting is classic, which will provide you stable and familiar approach. So here I am going to use my classic workflow builder. So just select it, and here you will be getting a dialog box where you have to provide a name to your workflow. So here I am going to provide the same name to this workflow which I have provided to my chat flow. So now let's enter the name of a workflow here. So here I have provided the name automate appointment bookings for salons and spas, and here our folder has been already selected. Now we just have to click over this create button for getting our workflow page, and here you can see we are getting this pop-up which says workflow created successfully, and we are landed to a workflow page. And on this workflow page it is asking me to select the trigger. So now you might be thinking, what is this trigger? So trigger is basically the work which is going to initiate our workflow. So I want to initiate my workflow as soon as I received a new message over the Pabbly Chatflow. So here I am going to select my trigger app as Pabbly Chatflow. So now let's type Pabbly Chatflow over here, and here you can see we are getting the option for Pabbly Chatflow. So let's select it, and after that we are getting the option for entering the trigger event. So I want to initiate my workflow as soon as a new message is received. So here I am going to select my trigger event as new message received, and here you can see we are getting the webhook URL. So this is the webhook URL which we have to paste over the API request given on the chat flow. So here we just have to copy this webhook URL. Now let's move on to our Pabbly Chatflow again, and here I am going to just click over here, and as I have clicked over this, I am getting a API request section. So on this section it is asking me to select the method. So I will be selecting the method as post, as I want to post my data over the Google Sheet. And here we have to paste the webhook URL which we have recently received from the Pabbly Connect. So I have pasted my webhook URL. So on this parameter section it is asking me to enter the key and select the contact custom fields. So here I am going to enter my first key as full name. So here I have created my first key. Now I am going to select the contact custom field as full name over here, and now I am going to add more fields. So here I am going to add my another field, that is date. So I will be entering the key name, that is date, and here I am going to select the contact custom field as date over here. So here I am going to select this date, and afterwards I am going to add one more field, that is time. So I will be creating my key, that is time, and here I am going to select the contact custom field as time over here. So here we are getting the contact custom field time. So let's select it, and afterwards I am going to add one more field, that is services. So here I am going to type services over here, and here I am going to select the contact custom field as services. So here we are getting the services. So here we are done with our keys and the contact custom fields. Now we simply have to click over this test button for checking whether we are receiving the response over the Pabbly Connect or not. So let's select this test, and here you can see we are getting this pop-up, that is API request successful. Now let's move on to the Pabbly Connect to check whether we are receiving the response over there or not. And here you can see we are successfully receiving the response, that is response A, and the keys which we have recently entered over the API request. So here we are done with our trigger app. Now we just have to select our action step. So here I am going to select my action app as Google Sheet, as as I want to save my data over the Google Sheet. So now let's type the Google Sheet over here, and here you can see we are getting the option for Google Sheet. So let's select it, and afterwards it is asking me to enter the action event. So action event is the work which we are going to perform over the Google Sheet. So I want to save my data, so for that I am going to add new row. So let's select it, and afterwards we just have to click over this connect button for authorizing the application and connecting Google Sheet and Pabbly Connect. So here we are landed to the connection page of Google Sheets, and here we are getting two options, that is add new connection and select existing connection. So if you want to add a new connection, you can simply click over this add new connection button, and here you have to sign up your account, and afterwards your connection will be built. And here I am going to use this, that is select existing connection, as I already have an existing connection with the Google Sheet, and here my connection has been already selected. Now we just have to click over the save button for saving this connection, and here as I've clicked over the save, I am getting some of the fields. So here I am going to select my spreadsheet which I have recently created. So here you can see this is the spreadsheet I have created, and now I am going to select the spreadsheet over there. So let's refresh it, and here I am going to select this spreadsheet, that is Power Booking Records, and afterwards our sheet has been changed to sheet 1, and here you can see we are getting the fields which are mentioned in our Google Sheet. So here I am going to perform the mapping. So now you might be thinking, what is this mapping? So mapping basically makes the field dynamic, means you don't have to enter your data again and again. The data will be replaced as the new responses will be arrived. So here I am going to map my full name from the response which I have received from the Pabbly Chatflow. So let's select it, and afterwards I am going to select this Pabbly Chatflow. So here we are getting the full name. So now let's select it, and afterwards I am going to map my another field such as date, and now I am going to map my time also. So here I have mapped my time also. Now I am going to map my services. So here I have mapped my services also. Now we just have to click over this save and send test request. So here after clicking on this save and send test request, I am successfully receiving the response. Now let's move on to my Google Sheet and check whether we have received the response over there or not. And here on my Google Sheet you can see I am getting the keys which I have recently entered over the Pabbly Chatflow in the API request, means we have successfully built the connection. Now let's move on to our Pabbly Chatflow again, and here we just have to click over the save button for saving the responses, and afterwards I am going to enter the status fallback. So status fallback is the final message which we are going to send to our customers. So for that you just have to drag and drop, and here I am going to select this text button for entering the message, and now here I am going to enter a confirmation or the thank you message for my customers. So here you can see I have entered this confirmation message for my customer which says your appointment is confirmed for the $date, $time for $services. So here I have entered this $date, which is the contact custom field which we have selected over the question where we are asking for the date and the time and the services. Now as soon as my user will enter the date, time and services, the response will be replaced in this message, and in this way we are going to send a personalized message to our customers. So here we are done with our first button. Now I am going to enhance my second button, that is service menu. So I am going to provide my services in a form of list. So for that you just have to drag and drop, and here you can see we are getting the option for list. So just select it and you will be getting a list message, and here on this list message it is asking me to enter the header, body and footer for the list. So now let's enter a body for our list over here. So here I have entered a body for my list. Now I am going to add some items to my list. So for that you simply have to click over this add section, and you will be getting a dialog box where you have to provide a section title. So here I am going to enter my section title as services. So here I have provided my section title. Now I am going to add some items to my list. So for that you simply have to click over this add items, and you will be getting the dialog box where you have to provide the title to your first item. So now let's enter our first item over here. So here I have created my first item, that is haircut, and I have entered its pricing also. Now I am going to add some more items. So just click over this add items and enter the title of your another items. So here you can see in my list I have added two more items, that is hair color and facial. So this is the way you can create your own list. Now as soon as someone will select my item, I am going to provide them a button, that is book appointment, and an image for the service. So for that you just have to drag and drop, and here you can see we are getting the option for media. By selecting media you can provide any type of media such as audio, video, document, etc. to your customer. So here I am going to provide an image to my customer. So for that I am going to select my media type as image, and here you can see we are getting the option for drag or drop a file here. So here we have to drag the file which you want to provide in this media message. So here we just have to click over this drag and drop file button, and here we are landed to my picture section, and here you can see we are getting this image, that is haircut. So I am going to just just select this image, and here as I've selected the image, I have already got the URL for this image. Now I am going to enter a caption over here, that is haircut. So here I have provided a caption to my image. Now I am going to add a button, that is book appointment. So for that you simply have to click over this add button, and here I am going to enter the text of my button, that is book appointment. So here I have created my button, that is book appointment, and here I am going to connect this book appointment button with my another book appointment button which I have recently created. Now as soon as someone will click over this book appointment button, they will be redirected to these questions again. So here we are done with our flow. Now we just have to save this flow. So for that you simply have to click over the save button for saving your flow, and here you can see we are getting this pop-up, that is flow updated successfully, means we have successfully saved our flow. Now I am going to show you how we are receiving message from our customer and how we are sending them the automated replies. So for that you simply have to move to my inbox given on the sidebar. So just select it and you will be landed to the inbox page, and here you can see these are the numbers I have connected to my account, and on this particular number you can see I am successfully receiving the response and our automated replies are successfully sent or delivered to them. And one point has to be noticed that this is following the path which we have recently created through our flow, means if a user sends us a message, we are going to send them a welcome message. Now if the user selects our first button, that is book appointment, we are going to provide them a question asking for the full name. So this is the way a chatbot works. So you can also create a chatbot like this for your business by just using Pabbly Chatflow, and can integrate different applications and save your data by using Pabbly Connect. So stay tuned to our YouTube channel for learning more about Pabbly and creating many more amazing automations like this. Thank you for watching this video. So you can create many more chatbots like this by using Pabbly Chatflow. Now if you have any doubt, you can mail us at support@pabbly.com, and if you have any queries, you can write it on forums.pabbly.com. But if you have any pricing related issue, then you can visit the URL given over here. So start using Pabbly Chatflow for free now.